Hello everyone, in this video we will look again at HP App Pulse Mobile for Android. In the previous video I showed you how App Pulse Mobile already provides you with a lot of information by just wrapping your app with the SDK. If you want more information to show up in your App Pulse dashboard, you can do that with extra statements in your code. There are two method calls for that. First, I will show you breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs are basically log statements that allow you to gather information internal to the app from any place in the code. Second, I will show you how to report caught exceptions. Let's quickly look at our demo app. It is a notes app, and I already have 2 notes. Now I will add a new one. I type the title, I tap the back button and say yes, and now the app has crashed. Let's see how we can use the App Pulse SDK to figure out what is going on. Let's see how breadcrumbs work. First, you need to add the App Pulse mobile library to your project. In Android Studio, you do that by adding a reference to the jar file to your build.gradle file. In the last video, we could see the app crashed with an illegal argument exception in this class. It would be interesting to see how many notes there were, so let's add this statement. After building the APK, we need to wrap it again with the SDK. So I have distributed the app and it is used. Let's see what extra info shows up in the dashboard. We look again at the crash, here grouped around the action tap the yes button. We open up the crash trail again. We see the last action was tapping the yes button. And then here, this is new, we have the breadcrumb showing that we were about to save the data for 3 notes. The other thing you could do via the SDK calls was to report exceptions. Crashes are caused by exceptions that are not caught by your code, so-called unchecked exceptions. Now Java forces you to catch so-called checked exceptions. By catching, you make sure that your app doesn't crash, but you might still want to collect information about these checked exceptions. You can do so by reporting the exception via the App Pulse SDK. Let's see how you can do that. So here we have a few silly lines of code. In the catch block, we add this line of code. Again, you build the project and wrap the APK with the SDK. Now, if we look in the dashboard, we do not look at crashes but errors. Like crashes, errors are grouped around actions. We can go into this action. We see the exception. We can choose to display more info, and then we see the whole stack trace of the exception. Thank you.